Hello viewers, my name is Akshay and I welcome you all to my channel Decode with Akshay, your go-to channel to learn technical skills. Today in this video, we are going to learn about something called as approximate match in Excel. So people either completely ignore the approximate match concept or else use it in a wrong way. So today in this video, we'll be learning what is approximate match, when should be applied, and what are the output we get. In the previous video, I have shared all the basics of Vlookup formula. What are the inputs required, how the output will be obtained, and at what time, what input should be provided to Excel. So if you have not watched that video, I recommend you to watch it because this particular video is a continuation to the previous one. So without wasting much of the time, let's get started with the practical approach to learn approximate match in Vlookup. As you can see on my screen, I have some data related to employees. It might be related to an employee ID. I have an employee name. I have department of that particular employee, joining date, annual salary, and tax, which we need to calculate using the Vlookup approximate approach. Okay. So now, what do you mean by an approximate match? So similarly, I have one more table which is having some tax rates. Okay, which is having some tax rates. So over here you can see that for salary up to or above 1 lakh, we have 0% tax. We have mentioned as a 0% tax. 2 lakh, 5%. Up to 1 lakh to 2 lakh, it is, above 2 lakh to 5 lakh, it is 5%. Above 5 lakh to 7.5, it is 10%. Then 7.5 is 15. And whatever is above 10 lakh is 20, and so on. So now here, as you can see, I have the salary around 1,86,240, which is not exactly matching with any of the values of my table. Then how should I follow the VLOOKUP formula? How should I apply the VLOOKUP formula? This question arises because in the previous video, we only have seen what is exact match, how to apply the formula with the exact match. But this case is something different to the previous one. So now, whenever you have such scenarios where your lookup value, the value which you want to look for, is not at all matching with the actual table array which you have, at that moment, approximate match comes into picture. Because we do not have any fixed values, we lead the results on an approximate basis. So if my salary lies between 1 lakh to 2 lakh, then it should be 0%. So here is an approximate guessing work here. Okay. So in that cases, we need an approximate value approach. Okay. Let's check it manually first. So for the first instance itself, we can see my salary is around 1,86,214. And this particular salary is fitting in my first bucket because my salary is more than 1 lakh but less than 2 lakhs. Right? Under such scenarios, I need to get the tax rate as 0%. Right? I need to get the tax rate as 0%. Right? So let's do it with the formula so that it will be still more clear for you to understand. So now I'll write the formula here because I need the tax as a formula. Okay, as a tax as a result. So I'll write is equal to VLOOKUP. Okay. Now lookup value, I need the lookup value as annual salary because on the basis of annual salary, I'll be picking up the tax rate. Okay. So I'll hit comma. Now my table array would be the entire thing because I need everything to be, because my annual salary is particularly available here and my result column also is available. Okay. Now my column index number. My column index number is the result column from which I have selected. So my result column is the second column of the one which I have selected. Okay. The selection you can see here. So everything is in the second column. My tax rate is in the second column. So I'll write 2. Okay. So 2 is the result column which I need to have. Next is very important. It is the range lookup. Range lookup I need as an approximate match display. Either you can press the tab key and activate true, or else you can just write it as 1. Both works the same. So in this case, not to confuse you, I'll write true and I'll close the bracket. Okay, and I'll hit enter. Now you can see my result is 0%, which is exactly matching. Now you can see it's 1,86,000, which is more than 1 lakh, but less than 2 lakh. So it is giving me the, sorry for this, it is giving me the 0% as a tax rate. Okay. So now let me just drag this formula down. I can see some errors here. So hash NA is an error, which any formula in Excel returns if it has an error. So let's decode why this error is coming when even if we are writing the right formula. Okay. I need you to focus on this formula. So here you can see we have the table array. So soon as I highlight this thing, you can see my table has been automatically highlighted because this particular range states this particular table. This is the first cell. Okay. Now I go to second cell. I'll highlight this one. Now you can see immediately my table has shifted from the upper, what you can say. In the earlier case, my table included annual salary and tax rate also. It included the cell H1 and I1. Okay. But in the second case, you can see it has been changed to H2 to I9. Okay. Which is coming one cell below my table. And this particular thing is not of use. Right. My table should only be between this entire thing. And nothing more than that. Right. So in the second case, again, you can see if I'm highlighting this, the table is getting one row down, which is rock. Okay, I only need it from H1, this particular cell, till the 30% cell, which means H1 to I8. Okay, so in the third instance, you can see it is coming again still more down. You can say it is not taking the first, what you can say, 1 lakh and 0% values into consideration and skipping the row again, right? So how to solve this formula? How to solve this error? Okay, sorry for that. How to solve this error? So this error can be solved by, there is this concept in Excel called as freezing the particular rows in the formula. Okay, or locking the cells. Okay, it's also called as referencing, which is also called as absolute and relative referencing. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just select this entire thing because this is my correct selection, right? This is my correct selection. I'll just select this entire thing and press F4 on my keyboard. As soon as I press F4, you can see there is something, what you can say, there is something a dollar here, here, here and here. There are $4 which are being highlighted, right? So these are nothing but this indicates that my particular cells, columns, rows have been locked. Okay. So now if I hit enter, okay, and if I drag it down, I'll show you the difference. Now you can see if I go here and select this particular range, this is selecting as per my requirement. Similarly, I go here and again select, it is the same. But in the earlier case, it was coming one cell, one row below the other. But as I have locked the cells, the issue has been vanished. Right? So if you go to any cell, you can see the same range. You can see H1 to I8. You can see the same range everywhere, any cell. Okay, in the below cells, we were having the error. But now if you go here, we can see everything has been highlighted in the same table array. There is no change. So now what is the moral of this is, the learning from this is, if you want your cells to be fixed, if you have a fixed table width, okay, then it's a best practice in Excel that you always need to freeze or lock that particular cells so that when you drag your formula, it doesn't change. The range doesn't change, right? So whenever you don't apply the freezing, whenever you drag it, the range automatically changes. And because of the range change, you might get errors in the formula. So this is how a particular approximate formula works, plus the freezing and unfreezing also works. Okay. Now if I drag the formula, I need to drag the formula to the entire column. You can see, I can see the result correctly. You can see average, you can see my salary is greater than 2 lakh and my tax rate for this particular is 5%. So I can see 5% here, right? Similarly, if I go down, I think for other things, yeah, 6 lakh 62. You can see if I highlight this, the salary is greater than 6 lakh, I'm getting 10%. So if I go to the table or other, so you can see greater than 5 lakh and less than 7 lakh 50, it is 10%. So this is how an approximate formula works. Okay. Approximate match in VLOOKUP, where you don't know, you don't have the exact match and you have to make it on some slab basis. So this is only an example of tax. You can do it with grading systems, commission systems, for commission data, anything, right? So do let me know if you have any queries in the comment section. And if you like the content of my video, please to like the video, subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you get the notifications. So for today, this is all the learning we have. Let's wait for the next video, for the next VLOOKUP parts, where I'll be teaching how to deal VLOOKUP with duplicate records, how to error handle with the VLOOKUP formula. So till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much.